All right, welcome to Game 1 of the BattleDex Team Liquid StarCraft 2 Open. I'm DJ Wheat, joined with Chill, and we've got our first semifinal. We're going to get it started here. Let's do a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And here we are, Game 1 of yet another Team Liquid StarCraft 2 Open. This one brought to you by BattleDex. Check them out at BattleDexGame.com. We have got LiquidTyler playing as the green Protoss. Down below, we have got Stalker, I guess that is OptikZero, playing as the pink Protoss. So you had mentioned that, Chill, and I guess the mystery has now been solved.
I'm scrambling as I'm bringing in my groceries, wondering who is this Stalker kid, and then someone said, "Oh, that's actually OptikZero." And oh, okay, I know him. So that made me a lot more comfortable. We can see them both mirroring each other identically here, putting down the 9 pylon. The only difference here is OptikZero choosing to scout immediately after putting down that pylon on Metalopolis. We can see the probe already queued up to scout all the starting positions. Meanwhile, Tyler deciding to chrono boost out to 12, going to build that gateway, and then choose to scout afterwards.
Now, one thing that should be noted also, a couple guys in chat were talking about it as they followed LiquidTyler's progress throughout the tournament, and that he has played, apparently this is his 4th PvP today.
Wow.
If there's any better time to warm up for a PvP match, this would be it. And as you said, Gateway did go down. Gateway also down over on the side of Stalker, or OptikZero. He's also continuing to chrono boost out some probes. And, of course, the PvP has ever been evolving, but a lot of the action that we've seen either results in early pressure or late game count the Colossus. And, we'll have to see which one this actually comes down to.
You know, a lot of people have tried to find the magical unit composition that beats just a lot of Colossi, but it really hasn't been found yet. I myself have tried a lot of different things with Storm and even trying Phoenixes. And some stuff can work, but it seems like 9 times out of 10 just comes down to who gets more Colossi out in the mid-game. So that's what I'm going to expect to see here. And Tyler is the kind of guy with the personality and the StarCraft personality of just getting a solid build order down and sticking to it. So I'm going to expect to see him do some sort of safe opening, 1 or 2 gate robo, and then possibly expand afterwards, and then just move straight into Colossi play. If there's going to be a quote unquote strange build, or someone's going to go off the beaten path, it's probably going to be OptikZero in this match.
And we'll find out. And we do have Tyler just a little bit ahead on that Psycore as second gateway is going to go down. Actually blocked by the probe. And there we go, rebuilt right there. And momentarily, a lot of people will just build that gateway, rally right back to the mineral, might not see it, but he put it back down almost immediately. On the other side, we have a Stalker coming out for Tyler. He's already got a Zealot out as well. And you can see that probe actually beat the hell out of that pylon right there, got it down to about 22 shields. Of course, that's regenerating at 128 health. But, of course, he could not get the job done.
Actually, I'm getting a little nervous for OptikZero here, about to supply block himself. He's at 26 of 26, now putting down the pylon, but looks like he's going to be supply blocked for just a little bit there. Really, really unfortunate play this early into the game. And looks like did Tyler actually drop a scouting pylon in the main of OptikZero?
Yeah.
Very strange.
Yeah, that was his. And so he's still supply blocked right now after putting down his robo facility. And I'm not sure, we'll have to look on over, I'm not sure if that was actually seen. So it wasn't, with the pylon range just a little bit outside of what he needed. So 2 Stalkers now going out here for Stalker, or OptikZero. In the meantime, we have a little bit of an army starting to form here at the ramp of LiquidTyler. He's got a couple Stalkers and a Zealot as well, also throwing down a second gateway. But instead of a Robo, deciding to go with the Twilight Council and immediately chrono boosting and researching Blink.
And this is something we've seen in a lot of Protoss matchups lately, with Stalker Micro and Blink Micro becoming better. Actually, 2 Stalkers pushing up for OptikZero, getting caught by Noni's Stalkers. One getting tagged very badly there, getting chased down by the 3 Stalkers. He can't afford to lose these early on, but it looks like he's going to regenerate those shields and just be down to 30 HP. So as I was saying, this is a build we've seen a lot out of Protoss lately, getting the 1 gateway, going straight for the Twilight Council, chrono boosting out Blink, followed by the 3 warp gates, and just putting a ton of Stalker pressure on. And we're going to have to see if the Immortal coming out of the robotics for OptikZero is going to be able to handle this. It should be able to if he's able to position it and play defensively. It's going to come down to how aggressively LiquidTyler is blinking around inside the main of OptikZero.
And Tyler is going to move out of his base just a little bit here, but obviously wanting to wait for Blink to finish before he does anything. Now, there is a observer out here for OptikZero, and he is going to get a great look at everything that is going on inside the base right here. In the meantime, over in OptikZero's base, he does have a robotics bay going down, so he is prepping up to go to Colossus. Now, with this Immortal, and I don't know if he plans to put any more out of here. We don't see any building, but with that Immortal, I think it could do some serious damage versus these Stalkers, but you can see here Tyler already putting this forward pylon and is going to go in for an attack.
Wow, I'm surprised he's moving in here, blinking straight up. Force field on the ramp, but that's going to do nothing as the Stalkers just blink right up, focusing everything but the Immortal. Now focusing on the Immortal. I'm not sure I like that. The Hardened Shield going right down. Noni blinking back and forth, taking out a lot of OptikZero's units. Looks like the Stalkers of Tyler, actually getting shut down. Can't get down the ramp as it gets force field, trying to move away, but the blink is still in cooldown. Actually, Tyler gets completely denied there. Moving in with a few more Stalker shots, and OptikZero warping in Zealots. Looks like he just doesn't have the gas to warp in any ranged units. Now bringing in Immortal. Looks like he may barely live this, forcing Tyler back. But Tyler is going to have the benefit of an expansion, and OptikZero, knowing that Blink is out, is going to have to stay trapped in his main. So I really like the position that LiquidTyler set himself up for here. Let's see if he has time to get a Colossus out. No, just chrono boosting out the Immortals, going in again. Just getting those free shots on the Zealots, so important. He's just organizing his army here, moving the strong Stalkers in first, sniping off the Zealots, and OptikZero's army is melting and just looking smaller and smaller as time wears on.
Yeah, it was a very nice push by Tyler, getting all the right units. I was with you at the beginning about taking out those Immortals, but it seems now he's switched his focus to those Immortals. Great blinking out, getting some additional units there on the exit, and he'll just continue to be completely fine warping in units all day long. He is going to actually decide to move away here now and stop with some of the pressure. As you can see, he's also putting down an additional gateway. No expansion as of late, but we do have these 7 Stalkers returning back home. Meanwhile, over on OptikZero's side, 1 Immortal, a few Zealots, and then 3 Stalkers is all that we have. The first Colossus is being built right now. It's about halfway done. He's even going to chrono boost it, try to get that out in case he might make another push early on.
Yeah, it's an interesting point of discussion, Stalker versus Immortal, because the Immortal is dealing 70 damage every time it shoots a Stalker, but if you focus it with your Stalkers, you're kind of playing right into the Hardened Shield hand. So some players focus down the Immortals, some players choose to avoid everything but the Immortal and kill it right at the end. But with the first Colossus out, it's going to be interesting. I don't know if LiquidTyler is going to be able to defend this first push. The thing that is going to play into his hand is he has Blink research. He can deal with the army of OptikZero, then Blink right in and focus the Colossus down. But I'm worried about the Immortal dealing so much damage on the Stalkers. We see Tyler getting a lot of Zealots here and a few Sentries to get Guardian Shield out. Force Field not going to do too much with the Colossus out. OptikZero looks like he is not going to be expanding behind this, putting out a lot of units. Forward pylons going down for OptikZero as well. He's pushing forward, not really saving minerals to do anything but a push. So I think he's just going to wait for the Nexus to finish and then try to hit his timing here. This is going to be a critical battle coming up at this position.
Yeah, this could be really scary right here. We do have Tyler moving out as well. He might meet this army right in the middle. You got to be careful. And that Colossus does not have range yet. Of course, it's not going to get that free hit right there, but you can see he now knows exactly what OptikZero is trying to do, rallying to this gold here near Tyler. He's got a second Colossus out as well, and now he's going to move in. Nice job moving all of his Zealots and his Sentries up to the front. He's going to keep those Stalkers in the back. A lot of them very hurt as well. And now we'll see those Colossus go to town here, going right through the front line, but no real focus fire. There we've got it going down now. The first Colossus is down, but
wow.
It looks like he is actually going to hold this off. A great job with those Zealots and the Sentries up front. He'll have a couple more in his base to chase this guy out of there, and he does manage to get away, but there's still an Immortal, and there are still these Stalkers, and that might have been enough.
Yeah, I don't think OptikZero's focusing was too great there. He wasn't hitting the Stalkers with the Immortals. He was hitting Zealots instead, but Noni really has to he really can't hold this off. He's given up the expansion, pulled all his probes, but what's his gameplay from here? He's only got 4 gateways, and Immortal Colossus is just gateway killing units. Look at how much damage this Colossus is doing to the back, getting focused down, but it doesn't really matter as OptikZero is left with the greater of the 2 armies, just pushing into the main base. He really doesn't even need to do this. He can afford to pull back and just expand, but with the Immortal in the back, 10 kills, now an Instructor, just focusing down those Stalkers. Oh my god, the Immortal is going to really, really bring the hurt to LiquidTyler, and looks like OptikZero has no intention of doing anything but finishing the game with Stalker Immortal here. He is not expanding, just moving in with his entire army.
Probes come out, you know that means bad news, and I think the Immortal made all the difference here in this matchup. Of course, having the Colossus on your side was absolutely great, but these probes are not going to be able to stop the force of OptikZero, and it looks like he will be able to force a GG here from Noni. It's only going to take a few more kills. The Zealot's doing a great job getting rid of this Immortal, but as you can see, we have a lot more units continuing to trickle in here for OptikZero. Eventually, he'll be able to overcome. There's another gateway down, and right now the money for Tyler, not really that fantastic. I'm surprised to not have seen OptikZero expanding behind this chill, but I guess he's just expecting the GG any moment, and maybe he will just continue to go until he dies. There's no more reinforcements. There's no more reinforcements.
Yeah. Wow, this is surprising. And you reach this point when you're playing a good player where you're like, I'm winning, and you just move in with everything and don't really stop to think about it. This counterattack looks very deadly from LiquidTyler. Even though there's a lot of injured units, there's just a lot of units in it, especially with the sentries being able to trap units. The one thing that OptikZero has going for him is he's got that Colossus out, still no range being researched, and he's also Cronin boosting out a second Colossus. So I feel like he's going to be able to sit on the high ground and defend this really easily. Look at that Colossus positioning. Tyler warping in units as he's still got that forward pylon, but I feel like these 2 Colossus are really going to be able to hold it off. But this is all LiquidTyler has. We can see he's not saving money for an expansion. This is it for him as he's pushing in. Colossus getting a little eager, moving down, getting blinked to, and the forces of LiquidTyler forced to retreat, getting chased down now by the Colossus, and Tyler's day has come. I mean, with the Colossus and Stalkers chasing down these slower sentries and Zealots. Stalkers try to blink, but that is it. And OptikZero's done it. He's going to take game 1, it looks like, against LiquidTyler. Not a lot of people would have predicted that result, but he played defensively, found his timing, and really, really did the definition of a timing push against LiquidTyler.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler's trying to do everything to hold on right now. He's dropping force fields to try to slow this army down, but it's just not going to be enough. Even with a few warped-in units over here, some additional Stalkers, they're not going to be able to take out this army with 2 Colossus. He'll be able to come in here and just finish these off one at a time. You can see them just falling right now, trying to blink away those unhealthy Stalkers, but it's not going to matter. He's going to run away and instantly go right into his base. That was the right decision right there. Go after these pylons, try to lose the power of these gateways, and he should finally be able to force that GG.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Looks like LiquidTyler deciding not to GG yet. He's still got 1 powered warp gate at this point. A lot of units moving in. The Nexus now under siege. And I guess it's coming down to Tyler's trying to counterattack and finish the game, but I feel like OptikZero is going to be able to defend this easily. LiquidTyler moving in with about 7 Stalkers, and he's up against 5. He's also got the benefit of Blink, but OptikZero also has the benefit of income, which is a luxury Tyler no longer has. Probes coming in. Stalkers, look at this, one at a time, blinking back and forth. Focusing down the probes, actually doing really nice micro here. LiquidTyler is trying to regenerate those shields and focus down the probes. But as soon as OptikZero carves out the main base of Tyler, he'll be able to bring it back. We can see the message. Tyler has not rebuilt his base being revealed. And actually, this Immortal is focused down so quickly. Wow.
But I don't think, even if he was able to take out these 4 Stalkers here versus the 4 that he's got, he's still having to deal with this army back here at the main base. All he's literally got to do is take out these final buildings. As Tyler has 165 minerals, then that's going to do not much of anything. So it's just kind of a desperation here for LiquidTyler, as it does look like OptikZero is finally going to be able to pull ahead. He did a great job there. Some good decisions by both of these guys, but ultimately Stalker, with those Immortals, I have to say, making all the difference. And I think there's a couple of pylons left, and that'll be GG.
Yeah, I was really, really impressed with OptikZero's play in this game, PvP against Tyler. You know, you reach that point where you feel like you're under siege, and there's the GG from LiquidTyler going down 1-0. against OptikZero. And as I was saying, you reach that point where you keep getting attacked again by an army with more research. In this case, Stalkers having Blink against your Blinkless Stalkers, and you feel like you've just been pressed against the wall again. You can't expand. You've been defending all game. And what OptikZero did there, which I really want to focus on, is he had that observer sitting in front of the Nexus, LiquidTyler's Nexus that was warping in at his natural. He moved his army to the gold, and he sat it there. He didn't attack. He waited for the Nexus to complete, and people ask, what is a timing attack? It's where you hit someone where they've invested minerals, but they haven't gotten a benefit from it. So Tyler invested in that Nexus. Just when he went to mine, he was starting to get a benefit from it, and bam, that's when the attack hit and really just cleaned out the natural. Really textbook play there by OptikZero, but something we haven't really seen mastered yet in StarCraft 2. Very nicely done by him.
So we'll be moving on to Game 2 in just a